Hey, it's Kevin. Welcome back for another social media update. No BS. That's what we promise you, and that's what we hope to deliver each and every week for you. Today, we're talking about something that, well, I'll be honest with you, I think in all the episodes we've done so far, 29, 30, somewhere in there, I don't think I've ever really talked about the look of your social media presence. You know, it's one thing if you're just using Facebook as a normal, regular, average, everyday person. And really, if you're doing that, then why are you even watching this? Because unless you're looking for strategy, unless you're looking for a way to grow your visibility professionally, because that's really what this is all about. This is about building your professional life. Whether you're an artist, recording artist, musician, whether you're a public figure, a celebrity, a media person, or even if you're a small business person, at the end of the day, it's about personal branding. Now, I know we've talked about personal branding in the past, and I highly advise you to go back and look for the personal branding episode. But the look of each and every social media site you have online is very important, because not only do you really want consistency, think in terms of Coca-Cola. Yeah, Coca-Cola may have a lot of different things going, but at the end of the day, it's always the red and white logo. It's always got that little ribbon underneath. It's always got the script or the block Coke or the Coca-Cola in the script or whatever it is, but it's always very consistent. You need to kind of send that consistent message as well too with your social media. First and foremost, the profile picture. I see so many people, and my wife is guilty of this, but again, my wife doesn't use social media to build herself professionally. She uses it to connect with old friends and people she's known over the years. So she'll change out her profile picture on a mood, on a whim, on a season, on a holiday, whatever it is, and that's great. And I know a lot of people who do it that way. But if you're using social media professionally, I would advise against that. In fact, in all my years doing social media, I think I've used maybe 3, maybe 4 profile pictures overall. I have different versions of the same profile picture to fit the different templates. But in going back to the old MySpace days, that's when I had a couple of them, but I got a professional photo shoot done a few years ago, and I've only used 2 shots from that. And I updated only because I needed a closer face shot, and just the way they were shot, it didn't look as good straight on versus a little bit sideways. So if you go to any of my personal Kevin Mason social media social sites, you'll see the same profile picture or some version of it everywhere. And I do that on purpose. Now, a lot of times too, with what they call the skins or the look, or however you can use it, with Facebook, they've got the cover photo. Now they've got a similar thing on Twitter as well. YouTube has their own version that is the most complex of all, and that's the one you really have to work with. But if you can, and because everyone's got a size specification, so it's tough, you can't just use the same picture and stretch it across all, although a lot of people do, and it just doesn't look professional. If you're going to present yourself using social media, you want to be consistent. Now, that's not to say your cover photo can't change for whatever reason. I actually change my cover photo out fairly often just to keep it fresh, just to keep people coming back to the page. But I always make sure it looks professional, it's sized properly, there are size specifications for each particular site, and I make sure that my social media sites fit in that. Most recently, I've been using a second version of my profile photo with a signature in it. And that was okay for a while. Now I'm getting ready to switch it up and just go to something completely different. But again, I want to make sure it's unified across all profiles. I want to make sure that when people click on Kevin Mason, they know it's this Kevin Mason and not the hundreds or thousands of other people out there. So think in terms of your social media, in terms of the look of your social media, just how important consistency is. That's not to say you can't change, but if you change it at one, make sure you change it at the others. Make sure that, especially with the big 4, with Facebook and Twitter and YouTube and Instagram, that your profile photo is the exact same on all 4, especially if you're using them professionally. And then your cover photo, try to keep sure that they're at least the same or similar. Again, with YouTube, because they use a cover photo that fits all different types of things, from a smartphone to a tablet to a computer, it gets a little wonky, and they have little size charts that you definitely want to look up. Again, think about doing that. Think about the big picture. The reason you're using social media is to advance your career. So you want to make sure you're putting your best professional foot forward. Sure, you can get artsy, and if artsy is your thing, then go for it. But at the same time, like I said again, think about why you're really using social media: to build your visibility. And to build your visibility, you want to make sure you're sending out a consistent message. Again, there is no right, there is no wrong. You can go the other way and just do whatever you do, and it may work for you. There are exceptions to the rule. But tried and true marketing practices, stuff I learned, in high school and college, you want to sell a consistent message. And if you're selling yourself and you're branding yourself and you're selling those social media sites, you want to make sure the look is consistent. You want to make sure the profile photo looks good, is uptight, it's a facial, the whole bit. That's the key to, well, happy social media life. You'll be glad you went this route. It's not as fun, it's not as creative, but it's the way to go, especially when you're trying to grow that social space. Back with another No BS update next week, right here. Check us out online, nobssocial.com. You can also check us out on YouTube and find us across all the social media sites. Our company social media, Intensity Media, all one word. I'm Kevin Mason online. Check us out. Check our consistency. Check out the look of our profiles. See you next week.